Hi everybody, Carl here from Abt, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at two of the most popular soundbars we carry here at the store, the Sonos Beam and the Bose Soundbar 500. And as much as these two are similar, they are different as well. And in this video we'll cover the big stuff. And stick around because at the end we'll have a sound test of each. Now, you can tell right away these are different sizes. The Bose is wider than the Beam by 6 inches, shorter by about an inch, and it's about the same depth. I wouldn't consider either one of them big, but depending on the space you have, it might make a difference. Materials are going to be similar too. They each have color-matched grills. Bose is metal and the Sonos is cloth. They have plastic cabinets. Now the black is a matte finish and looks really nice on both. Plus, the matte finish doesn't show fingerprints as easily as a glossy speaker does. And if it gets a little dusty, you don't really notice that either. Now as far as the grills go, the Bose wraps around the sides a bit and stops where the Sonos goes all the way around the speaker. And while we're on the back of the speakers, you can see all the physical inputs. Each has HDMI, Ethernet, and power connections, but on the Bose you also get an optical in for an audio source and Bluetooth. There's also physical inputs for a subwoofer and their Abt IQ microphone for setup. However, with the Sonos you still have those options, they're just wireless. The Abt IQ microphone is nice because you don't have to worry about an operating system for it to work. With the Sonos, you can dial in the sound with TruePlay, but you have to use an iOS device, which you may not have, so be ready to borrow your younger brother's iPhone. Both calibration methods do a great job in getting the speaker to sound its best based on the room it's in. Another similarity are the built-in microphones for use with a smart home system. As of the filming of this video though, both are only capable of working with Amazon's Alexa, but both get pretty frequent updates, so hopefully we'll see Google Home and AirPlay 2 show up at some point. The microphones work really well for both too. They do a serviceable job of picking up your voice even through the sound as the speaker's playing, and if you want to turn the mics off on either one, they each have a button on the top for that function, but that's the only spot where you can do that. Neither one offers it in the app, and it's not on the remote that comes with the Bose either. And that's another difference between the two. The Bose can be controlled using the app or the provided remote. Sonos doesn't provide their own physical remote. Fortunately though, both speakers' volumes can be controlled with most TV or cable box remotes when set up properly. Also, the Bose remote doesn't offer as much functionality as the app does. While the Sonos app is, in my opinion, the best one out there now, Bose does a nice job with their app. It's laid out well, but for me, the Sonos app is set up in a way that's easier to understand if you're not familiar with either one. It's a great user interface. Everyone's going to have their own opinion on that though, so make sure you let us know which one you think is the best in the comments. Now, let's talk about sound for a minute. I think these both sound terrific. The Bose, from our testing here at the store, seems to have a bit more bass without the optional subwoofer added. The mids and highs were strong and voices came through clearly even at lower volumes on each one. And because sound is pretty subjective, not everyone's going to have the same opinion. I think between the two, the Bose was a little fuller, but it's also a more expensive speaker. And that brings us to the last difference, the price. The Bose, even when it's on sale, is still going to be anywhere from $100 to $150 more expensive. Now, is it worth spending the extra for a physical remote, Bluetooth, and optical input, and in my opinion, slightly better sound? I'd say yes, but with a caveat. It's worth it if you already have other Bose products in your home that work on the Bose Music app. If you don't already, I'd say the ease of use of the Sonos app, its great sound and smaller footprint make it really appealing. And if you already have other Sonos products in your home, it's a no-brainer. So what do you think? The Beam or the Soundbar 500? Make sure you let us know in the comments. And before you go, here's that sound test. As always, we appreciate you checking out our video, and don't forget to subscribe so you get updates whenever we upload new content.